International Transgender Day of Visibility spotlights attention on the entire LGBTQ+ community. Each year, on March 31st, the world observes Transgender Day of Visibility to raise awareness about transgender people. It is a day to celebrate the lives and contributions of the trans people while also drawing attention to the poverty, discrimination, and violence the community faces. International Trans Day of Visibility was created in 2010 by trans advocate Rachel Crandall in response to the overwhelming majority of media stories about transgender people being focused on violence. She hoped to create a day where people could refocus on celebrating the lives of transgender people. According to the Gallup, while only about 30% of the general population says they personally know a trans person, that percentage drastically varies when segmented by age. For example, 19% of Americans claim that when they're over 65, claim to know someone trans, while only half of Americans under the age of 30 do. This isn't surprising when taking into account that 1 in 6 Gen Z adults identify as LGBTQ. But there has also been a growing backlash from anti-LGBTQ+ advocates who are targeting trans people, especially children, now that marriage equality was made law in the US. But while the trans community is the focus of the majority of GOP anti-LGBTQ+ legislation, Transgender Day of Visibility gives the entire LGBTQ+ community the opportunity to celebrate our trans and non-binary members. That's why it is still necessary for trans people to be seen through authentic stories to reflect the actual lived experiences of trans people. That is why this special Queer News Tonight edition is so important. This is believed to be the world's first trans-led news show in connection with International Transgender Day of Visibility.
Historic number of 2023 anti-LGBTQ+ laws sweeping the U.S. from state houses to Congress.
I think we need a comment.
Oh,
right?
Maybe we should comment on the last story. What about that? I know you were ready to go ahead and get talking. Well, let's see. So when I think about Trans Day of Visibility, I think that it's very important for us to be visible. There are so many things that happen to our community and that people don't even really know what's going on with us. And I'm excited that we have this chance to show the march and to show our program here on our station. I think that's going to be great. What do you think about it?
I think with Trans Day of Visibility, I think it's important because oftentimes when it comes to the transgender community, we're always focusing on the bad things that are happening with the community. It's always about the need, although needs are important, however, but there's a lot of resilience and there's a lot of brilliancy within our community. So this day highlights that, and I think that's important to let community know that we are doing great things in our community.
And it's crucial in this moment, a specific geographic. We are in Florida, where our transgender community is under attack. And it's so important have the good histories of our life. Right now, this table is so empowered, and we can show to the people that transgender, we can do amazing things and we can impact the community, and that is Visibility Day.
Yeah, there's so much power in visibility. There's so much power in representation. Us being present at this table and being present in so many rooms out in our communities, there's a lot of power in that. And I think it's so important that we uplift and center the trans community, not only on March 31st, but throughout the entire year.
Absolutely. I think it's really important, not just for our community, but it's also important for the cisgender community to get to know us and to know that we're not always the victims of attacks or the victims of society, but that we can thrive and that we can be extremely productive members of our community.
I really think that's great. And when I sit and think about it, it reminds me of a story about my next door neighbor. My neighbor had no idea that I was trans, and she was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're trans." She says, "You're just like anyone else." And I think that's the thing that people need to know. I think they need to realize that we're just like everyday people. We go to work, we pay bills, we pay taxes, we have kids, we have husbands, we have families. We just want to be recognized as such.
LGBTQ+ news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ+ community.